Not only is Meghan Markle now clearly pimping out her children against the wishes of her own husband, she's actually breaking the rules of these social media giants who she constantly criticizes for exploiting children. You could not make this up.
Meghan Markle humiliated, and we all know about cancellation if you call Jeremy Kyle or Rupert, but entertaining, wasn't it, Rupert?
This is the moment everything collapsed for Meghan Markle, and it didn't happen slowly or quietly. It happened all at once. In the same week that Netflix effectively lost interest in her lifestyle series, and at the exact same moment Prince Harry stood in a London courtroom fighting a deeply personal privacy lawsuit, Meghan posted a video that detonated backlash, triggered policy questions, and reignited accusations of hypocrisy that her brand simply cannot afford right now. This is not gossip, and it's not tabloid exaggeration. This is a public strategy breaking down in real time, and once you see the pattern, it becomes impossible to ignore. Netflix didn't cancel Meghan out of malice or bias. Netflix did something far worse. It stopped caring. In the streaming world, silence is the clearest message a platform can send. When content fails to retain viewers, fails to create cultural momentum, and fails to justify its cost, executives don't issue dramatic press releases. They quietly move on. That's exactly what appears to have happened here. While successful Netflix series routinely pull in tens of millions of views, Meghan's project reportedly struggled to gain traction even by modest platform standards. Independent creators with no studio backing regularly outperform those numbers. And in Hollywood, controversy is survivable. Criticism is survivable. Boredom is not that. Reality collided with the worst possible timing. As Netflix enthusiasm faded, Prince Harry was back in the UK giving emotional testimony in his long-running case against British tabloids.
Was credibly accused, and you know, the Times story broke. I believe they dropped him. And I don't know why they would revisit a client like a Meghan Markle.
His argument is straightforward. Relentless media intrusion damaged his mental health, harmed his family, and destroyed any sense of privacy. In court, Harry spoke openly about stress, trauma, and the toll public scrutiny has taken on his wife and children. And while he was making that case before a judge, Meghan amplified their private life online. That contradiction is what lit the fuse. If exposure is the problem, why increase it during a privacy trial? If public attention caused harm, why invite more of it at the most sensitive moment? That question cracked.
Who have done some incredible work on this, and we'll come to their big revelation in just one moment, have juxtaposed the entire horrendous video with Meghan's own words to Jamie Kern-Lima to prove what a catastrophic liar and fraud Markle really.
The narrative wide open. The backlash did not erupt because two adults were dancing. It erupted because of how the content was framed. According to public reporting and commentary, Meghan indicated that the video had been filmed by their young daughter. That single claim shifted the entire conversation. Meta, which owns Instagram, enforces strict child safety policies that focus not on intent but on context and risk. Under those rules, content involving minors can be flagged or restricted even if a child is not visible on screen. If the framing raises concerns about appropriateness or adult behavior being mediated through a child's involvement. No one has alleged criminal behavior. No child appears in the video. Nothing explicit occurs. But once the filming was attributed to a minor, critics argued that the context itself became questionable under platform guidelines.
Prince Harry was in court today on the verge of tears, saying UK tabloids are making Meghan Markle's life an absolute misery. Meanwhile, Netflix seems to have canceled season 3 of With Love, Meghan.
Meghan Markle isn't trying to promote something.
Yes, it's something, yeah, herself, usually. Now, in a minute, we'll get to the fact that Harry is in London at the moment.
Spotify is gone. Netflix momentum has stalled. Lifestyle branding efforts have yet to materialize at scale. Meanwhile, operating costs remain high. Hollywood is not sentimental. If a brand doesn't deliver measurable returns, the industry moves on quickly. Titles and media attention don't change that math. And when revenue pressure increases, desperation often follows. Posting increases, boundaries blur, judgment slips. This video didn't appear in a vacuum. It appeared in a moment of shrinking options. There is also a legal consequence that cannot be ignored.
Have this crusade, and we just see again, it's just all lies just to protect themselves.
And of course, total usual story, Brittany. Harry jumps on the plane and we see ever more of the two children who he doesn't believe should be posted on social media at all. This is the specific video that really does pretty much reveal Archie. Watch.
On average, black rhinos can weigh up to about 3,000 pounds.
3,000?
3,000 pounds. So, but his dad wasn't quite 3,000 pounds, so we don't.
Well, we remember him quite clearly saying in the podcast late last year, children should not be on Instagram whatsoever, and parents are irresponsible if they do so. Well, there's your wife.
Yes, and she did it as soon as he was in the UK, or as soon as he was in the air. The kids were all over social media all of a sudden. It's complete and utter hypocrisy. And honestly, what was the point of any of that? Because obviously the zoo day was a different day than the pool day, probably the day with the picture and that she had drawn with like the list of whatever, because they were in Palm Desert at that zoo place. And so it wasn't close to them at all. And so obviously all these happened on different days, and she just had to post them all at once. It's like, why? What is the purpose? What is the point? And we are in the Instagram era overall of being consistent in your posting, actually having a purpose.
Prince Harry's lawsuit relies heavily on credibility and narrative clarity. He must convince the court that media intrusion caused lasting damage. But when intimate personal content is voluntarily shared at scale during active litigation, it complicates that argument. Defense lawyers don't need tabloids when Instagram exists. That does not invalidate Harry's feelings or experiences, but it muddies the case. Legal battles are not just about facts, they are about consistency. Online comparisons only added fuel to the fire. Viewers contrasted Meghan's approach with other public figures who share selectively and with restraint. The issue was not royalty or status, it was control. One side appeared measured, the other appeared reactive, and reaction reads as instability, especially when public relevance is already under pressure. This is not a scandal in the traditional sense. It is a strategy failing under stress. The deals are drying up, the contradictions are stacking, and the audience is asking questions that no publicist can convincingly answer. When a brand depends on managing perception, losing control of that perception is catastrophic. Right now, the narrative is no longer being managed, it is managing her. So the real question is not whether this backlash was fair or excessive. The real question is whether the Sussex brand can survive once credibility begins to crack. Should platforms enforce their rules equally, regardless of celebrity status? Can a brand built on narrative control recover when those narratives collide? And what happens next if this pattern continues? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this story is far from over.